Alright, bro. So, Lil Nas X is a demon. Alright. Originally, all I saw was this video, and I scrolled through like the first 5 or 6 videos here. This is just awful, but here, like, this is all I saw. Him in this outfit and him mocking Jesus. I was like, alright, bro. I've had enough. I've had enough of seeing Lil Nas X. This little you know what. I can't use that word on the internet, apparently. I'm tired of him mocking Jesus. And you know what? I feel like I'm one of the only Christians that is tired of it, because the Muslims who think Jesus, I mean, they like Jesus, but they think he's just a prophet, right? They seem to care more about Lil Nas X doing this stuff, while Jesus is literally the Son in the Trinity of God to us. And, you know, there's a lot of topics I'm going to cover in this video, but we're going to watch some of these, and, I mean, this is, let's... Bro, why is society promoting this? What is wrong with society? Like, where do I even start? Where do I even start? Honestly. Like, okay, I'm getting a piece of paper. I'm writing down all the topics I want to cover in this video. Oops. I don't have my pen with me. Whatever. I'm gonna do it off the top of my head because I'm an absolute genius. With Anthony Fantano. If your religion needs defending from a silly music video, it probably sucks. That doesn't even make any sense. Clearly doesn't know anything about religion. I'm talking about how religion works, because this is one of the most ignorant. Whatever. So here we go. Ariana Grande. The whole entire music industry is... I don't want to look at this photo. Like, this is just so awful. The whole entire music industry is demonic. I mean, all of these people love Satan. Try denying that. Does the whole music industry not love Satan? Answer the question. Yes, they do. That's the truth. They love Satan more than anything else. I mean, how many pentagrams have I seen rappers with? How many rappers have I seen mock Jesus? This is just appalling. Whatever, continuing on. Whatever. At the backstage of music video, Jake. Ew. What are... Listen, bro. I'm half Brazilian, and I've seen Brazilians dance, like, on grass, barefoot, and it looks pretty weird, I'll admit. But it's not like this, bro. Like, this is the most homo thing I've ever seen. One of the most... Well, actually, I just saw Lil Nas X. So can I really call this the most homo thing I've ever seen? But this is one of the most homo things I've ever seen. Here we go. Look at this. Yeah, I don't even understand the point, to be honest. Like, it's not even funny. It's not even funny, first of all. Second of all, I mean, he must want to just mock Christ. Like, that has to just be his goal. Like, he doesn't care about being funny. He doesn't care about being edgy. He doesn't care about anything. He just wants to mock Christ. He just wants to make fun of Jesus. Why? Why would someone just have the urge to make fun of Jesus? I don't understand. Anyways, continuing on. Oh, Nets fan. Not surprising. Anyways, like, Spotify ad with this. Oh my god, dude. You know, think about all the censorship that's been happening. How conservatives, this, that, and the third, they post something on the internet and immediately it gets taken down. I've had some of my videos taken down. And you were seeing billboard ads with this stuff. I don't get it. Why are they allowed to do this and we aren't allowed to talk about what we want to talk about 99% of the time? Spotify is awful, man. Of course, no. Of course, the Christians, who are actually being targeted primarily by this bastard, don't really care that much. No, good. Kaisenat W. Good. W, right there, of course. What? He got canceled? Okay. No. Okay.
No, bro. What he did?
I support Kaisenat. This is a pro Kaisenat channel. I don't really like what he talks about. I think he's a bit of a degen, but Kaisenat, I am pro Kaisenat now. Apparently he's getting canceled for this. I am pro Kaisenat. Uncancel Kaisenat. They're imaginary friends of... Anyways. So, I'm now going to take this time to talk about Christians and how religion works. So, this might be a bit of a rehash, but I don't care, okay? So, Christians, as I said, have no balls. For the most part, Christians don't really get involved in matters like this, public opinion matters. And I suppose that's not the worst thing ever. However, it's a problem when God, Jesus, before he left this earth, told the disciples, go and make disciples. I think that's a command to all of us. And the way you make disciples is by not being a pushover. And even if you deep down inside have the same thoughts I do, if you aren't making it heard, then everyone just thinks you're a pushover. And it's even worse for us because Muslims are actually standing up. Muslims are actually being outspoken and saying, hey, Jesus is our prophet, leave him alone. Right? Muslims are saying that while Jesus is literally the son of the Father to us, and we aren't saying anything. For the most part. I mean, none of us are saying anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure this whole thread, everyone who made fun of Lil Nas X for the most part were Muslim. I think if you ratioed it out, it would be mostly Muslims. If you went on Twitter, look at everyone who talked about Lil Nas X doing this, mostly Muslims. I guarantee it. Christians don't do this. And when people see that, they're like, oh, well, the Muslims are actually standing up for their faith. The Muslims are actually doing stuff. Why should I be a Christian? The Christians are quiet. The Christians are pushovers. Why should I be a Christian? It's true this is a fallacious reasoning, and I'll go over it later, but this is how it works. All right? Whether you like it or not. And of course, you have the atheists going like, your imaginary friends being made fun of. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you're Sky Daddy. If your religion needs defending from a silly music video, it probably sucks. These Reddit atheists, bro. Oh. Okay, next, I'm going to talk about how religion works, because it's going to address the atheists here. Religion, believe it or not, is actually based on true or false claims. And it's separate from the existence of God. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, first, you determine whether or not God exists. Then you determine which religion is true, if any. Okay, it's not this matter of like, well, and it shouldn't be a matter like this. Like, well, my mom told me to be a Christian, so now I'm a Christian. Wow, my mom told me to be a Christian. Now I'm a Christian. I'm going to full screen this so you can fully comprehend my great wit, my extreme intelligence. It's actually true or false claims. So, for example, Christianity's claim is that Jesus rose from the dead, thereby making his claims true. Islam's claim is that Muhammad is a true prophet of God. Now, of course, the presupposition here is that God exists. So, if we go over that, we just go over arguments for God's existence, arguments for and against. I guarantee you, most of these Reddit atheists have terrible arguments against God's existence. Most of them are like, oh, well, God just doesn't exist. He was made up by a bunch of people. Yeah. Well, what's your claim here? Well, God doesn't exist. Well, you have any evidence for that claim? No, I don't have a burden of proof. You're the one making a claim. Not true. Atheists make claims as much as a Christian does. Now, unless you go like, well, I'm an atheist. Then okay, then. You're basically an agnostic. But, in any case, they have never looked at the evidence in a real sense. They watch Richard Dawkins. Like, they watch Richard Dawkins talk and they're like, wow, who designed the designer? I mean, that's just an amazing objection. Surely surely God doesn't exist because who designed the designer? Who made God? Now, if you were educated in any sense, or have watched my channel because I'm really smart, you will realize that this is one of the worst objections to God's existence. I mean, this type of stuff doesn't even register on the map when you start talking about academic debates. In fact, a lot of these atheists talk about science. I love science. Science is my life. Science, science, science. But the truth is, a lot of them don't understand science. A lot of them think, well, I believe in the Big Bang Theory, so God doesn't exist. Does the atheist not realize that, like, they get a piece of paper and they're like, Big Bang Theory, so God doesn't exist? It's like, bro, do you not realize that the mainline arguments, the cosmological arguments for God's existence literally use the Big Bang Theory? Do you not understand that modern cosmology has literally supported the existence of God? At least when Christians try to make arguments for it. The premises. But they don't know. They don't know anything. They're all stupid. Literally. All these Reddit atheists, all these popular atheists are stupid. Now, there's a few atheists that are smart, of course. But those are at the top academic level. And the truth is, when you look at academic context, when you actually look at atheist versus Christian in real academic debates, and you actually judge it by real debate standards, right? Who made better arguments? Who evaded questions? This, that, and the third. Christians win 99% of the time. And these atheists always talk about logic, science. I like logic. I like science. It's my life. And yet, when you judge them by these standards and actually look at the real science, the real facts, the real logic, then Christians win. And then as far as God's existence goes, when it comes to the religion we choose, I mean, there's much better evidence for Christianity's claim than something, say, like Islam. Christianity's evidence at the same time refutes Judaism's evidence. As far as, because Judaism, really, to me, the claim is that Jesus did not rise. Jesus was not a true prophet. That's the way I look at it, because if Jesus did rise, then, the lineage continues. Anyways. So, there's a lamentable amount of ignorance regarding religion. I've always talked about this. That's why my slogan is Build Back Christian Men. We need more religious literance. I know literance is probably not a word, but I made it up. And if I make something up, then it's right. I mean, and Christians need to learn this stuff. Because we have all these, like, this is the Lil Nas X situation is such a great microcosm for how backwards things have gone. Like, we have all these Reddit atheists talking about how, well, you're Sky Daddy, your imaginary friend, when they don't really know anything about it. They think they're so smart. Sky Daddy, I'm so smart. Like, that's how they think. So we have Christians showing that, well, I guess religious people in general, showing that, well, although I've seen, actually, never mind. That point doesn't really work. It's religious people just not knowing anything about science, logic, this, that, and the third. So then people just go, oh, Sky Daddy, imaginary, blah, 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 because they haven't actually been confronted with the evidence because no one presents the evidence. Or the arguments, whatever you want to call it. So you have the atheists talking like complete pillocks. And then you have the Muslims actually standing up for what they believe in while the Christians are staying quiet, showing that the Muslims have more balls than the Christians. Like, why do Christians lose every single time? Like, every single public matter, we always lose. And yes, I always reiterate this. Yes, the Bible does say we mock for our beliefs. True. I agree. However, that doesn't mean that it doesn't follow logically that we should self-impose all of this, because that's what it is. 99% of this stuff is self-imposed. I guarantee you this wouldn't be happening if a bunch of Christians were actually standing up, and if a bunch of Christians, there wouldn't be all these dumb Reddit atheists if Christians actually spent their time learning about logic and presenting real arguments. I guarantee it. So, I don't think it's all just because the thing is, I think that applies to people who just hate Christians, people who just hate God. I think someone like Lil Nas X would fall into that category. But a lot of these other people are just ignorant. They have no idea what they're talking about. No one has made an effort to actually engage with them and a real discussion. Which that's the Christian's fault. Or the theist's fault. It's not just some predetermined thing, unless you believe in predeterminism, which I don't. I believe in free will. Anyways. Can we, as a society, please stop promoting people like Lil Nas X? Why? Ay, ay, ay. Look and see if there's anything. Ah, okay, I'm done. I just saw a photo. I'm not going to show it to you guys because I like my viewers. I actually like my viewers, okay? I'm not going to show you what I just saw. That's the end of the video. You heard my points. Write them down on a piece of paper. Those words were incredibly intelligent. You take those, you'll be enlightened. Apply them. I'm out.